Thank you,
Yeah.
Diane.
I'm also here to, if she wants to have a further conversation, don't hesitate to contact any of us, please.
Yes, and thank you for asking all these questions. We do have a record of them, and if you come back to us later on, we will be able to continue the conversation. So please keep them coming. I'm going to ask two more questions. Gabby, I'd like to address this question to you. I'm going to paraphrase because it's too long to put on screen. So how do customer perceptions translate to being able to show actual financial value for large CX investments? So we said at the beginning, we can have a vision, we can have a long-term project, then we have to break it down into smaller projects to demonstrate the value of them. But how does voice of the customer fit into all of this, and how does it translate into those financial value for large-scale investments?
This is a very interesting question. Let's think to a pie. Then we'll have multiple slices. We have to take piece by piece and to think and to design it. Then to calculate the ROI, and not only for the customer perspective, but also from the perspective of the employees, how this will come back into the culture, the employee engagement, and also how this will bring the company to the next level. So it's not easy, but to take it step by step, and to think, okay, what my customer want, what I can give to my customers, then to give this by a new or adjusted customer journey management, and then to see how this new process or how this new approach is influencing my ROI. Because we will see here, maybe we'll not do this in one step. We'll need more time, maybe 1 year, 2 years or more, to see the results that we are expecting. Maybe it needs to improve processes, but also the culture, the staff approach, and the mindset. We know that we cannot change it from one time in 1 month. And this approach of the customer and the attitude is a long-term change. After this is the behavior that the staff will have it, and how this changes in the behavior, in the routines of our staff will impact the customer. So it's very broad, this subject. We think both on processes, on operational, and then we'll think also on mindset and approach. And to calculate ROI could be sometimes challenging, but taking into consideration all the elements, financial and non-financial, for sure will provide what the CX costs are effectively are investitions, not costs. And just to give you one example, engaging employee through positive feedback, for example, decrease the voluntary employee attrition. What is the correlation of this statement with ROI? So the higher retention is reducing costs. This should be included in ROI calculation, because we are reducing costs, we are avoiding some cost. This is also a part of the profitability.
Thank you. I think Gabriella already started answering the question from Evelyn on fundamental steps to creating organizational culture towards CX. I recommend, Evelyn, that you read a section on customer-centric culture on CXpanda, and we will organize one of the CX live events on this particular subject. It's a very big subject to tackle in the 5 minutes that we have remaining. But thank you for giving us the prompt for our next session. So now I'd like to get back to our panelists and finish off with your 7-word wisdom for ROI of CX. Ian, you were very keen to share. You were prepared.
It's only because I prepared. Yeah. So my 7 words in it, and that they actually connect to a question from Jerry Angrave, who I call Dr. Jerry. So this is aimed at him as well. My 7 words are: connect CX metrics with strategic business metrics. So, and if I can just summarize why, it comes back to what Matthieu said about voice of the business. It is vitally important that we are able to demonstrate how improving the customer experience is impacting the metrics the business cares about. And those metrics will not just be about profit and revenue. They could be about employee retention. They could be about brand reputation. There could be a number of strategic indicators that the business cares about. And it is vitally important that everything that we do in the world of customer experience has a connection to those strategic business metrics. So just as a reminder, connect CX metrics with strategic business metrics.
Brilliant. Thank you. I'll let Gabby breathe for a moment and I'll ask Matthieu, then I'll move on to you.
Yeah, absolutely. I wrote in 7 words: start small today, keep building more every day. With the intent that it can be that's 7. It can be very overwhelming for organizations to want to measure ROI the perfect way. No one will ever do it the perfect way. There's so much complexity. Just start small today, keep building more every day.
Wonderful. Gabby.
My 7 words, I believe, are a few little. CX is not a cost, but a source of money. And to explain this, it's about investment.
Amazing. Thank you. Diane.
I can name this in 2 notes. You remember the old game show. So what? I think we have to, and I've got 2, so that's the first one. Because I have 5 words credit.
Okay, that's count. 2 plus 5.
I think when we're making presentations, we're talking to people. I think much like the stats that we had at the beginning, like 60% of organizations achieve whatever. It's so what and how can we? So I think we need to take our conversation one step further. If we're reporting like Net Promoter, we're reporting on the measures. So what? What does this do for us? What's the financial impact? The 5 words would be, what is the financial impact of the behavior? So in my journey mapping, in any activity that I'm doing, I always ask the question, what's the financial impact of the behavior of the customer employee? It gets people thinking out away from the metrics. It gets the executives and the leaders aligned in a workshop to really start to understand this is tied to financial value, because all we're doing is changing behavior. So those are my
Brilliant.
Total of 7.
Thank you so much. This is super insightful. I enjoyed the discussion. For our viewers today, please sign up to CXpanda.com. Many resources are free. They just require a registration. You can find a lot of practical advice and information on innovation in our pro plans. Please keep the conversation going. You can leave comments under the event on our LinkedIn page. You can see our LinkedIn page tag there. So please visit the page, leave your comments under the event, and we will get back to you if we can, we will do it as CXpanda, but we will also try and involve our panelists. They've been very kind today. They've given up a lot of their time to prepare and share all of their wisdom. So my big personal thank you from CXpanda team and from all of the attendants today.
Of course.
Thank you so much, Olga. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great evening.